Okay, so I want to talk about the gacha system a bit more because it is not as bad as I originally thought. I made a previous video discussing how it actually might be terrible. It was an open-ended discussion for people's thoughts. So basically, you have 120 pulls to get the featured character. It'll take 120 pulls to guarantee the character. Okay, so any 6-star that you pull up until that point can either be the featured character or one of these standard ones. Okay, typically with the other gacha games, the big ones, Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Endless Zone Zero, Wither Waves, if you lost a 50-50 on a featured character, that means the next attempt at getting a 5-star would be guaranteed. So lose 50-50, next one's guaranteed. However, in this case, no matter what, when you pull a 6-star character, it has a chance at being the featured one or a standard one. Okay, so it could take you, if you have really bad luck, it could take you up to 120 pulls to get the featured character. And the kicker is that the pity for it, the 120 guarantee pity, does not carry over to other banners. That might sound terrible. It might, but here's what I overlooked, because a lot of people are talking about this. All right, I am not an OG Arknights player, so I had no idea about this. A lot of people have been saying that if it's pretty much going to be like OG Arknights, where these characters will end up going to the standard, or rather for Arknights, it would probably be better called off-rate. So off-rate characters. These aren't what we typically know of as limited. Limited characters never go to the standard banner in other games. They come and go for a few months, come back maybe, and you try and get them again. But for Arknights, at least in OG, they would go into the off-rate. So on any future banner that you would pull on, if you lost the 50-50, it could be, say like a new banner came out right here. This character you're seeing right here would be in the off-rate. And then on the next one, I try pulling. If I lost 50-50, I could get her. Okay, because she's part of the new off-rate. So a lot of people are saying that this is probably going to be the same, and I believe them. It's 100% going to be the same. If you notice, there is no mentioning of limited at all in the description at all. All right, so basically these are rate-up banners, and once they go, these characters go to the off-rate pull. I do believe there is another character that's already in the off-rate pull that I haven't got, that you don't see here. But that character is supposed to be the next rate up banner. So you see drop rate up. So it makes sense. That's definitely a lot better than what I initially thought. I thought these were limited characters, so maybe free to play would have to literally save up enough to at least 120 pulls to guarantee these characters. But no, that seems to be decently fine. And if they start introducing like pickup tickets, maybe some other things like that, I don't see it as that much of a big of a deal. And during my time of playing the game, I didn't play much today, but so far I have 9 hours in this game so far, just by doing the story. I've gotten a good amount of pulls in. So in terms of pulls, it's decently generous, I would say. It doesn't seem that bad to get pulls. The only other way I'd see this bad is maybe for people trying to get dupes of the character. As for dupe value, let's take a look. Okay, I mean, I don't think I have enough experience in the game to really understand how much value that some of these dupes will have, but they do seem pretty decent because you got things that play into the character's kit that makes them better, of course, but you got, this very common one that I've seen a lot with a lot of characters where the energy cost for your ultimates gets decreased by 10%, and that seems like a pretty decent huge deal. And then you got something like this at above 50% HP, final strike gains 40% more damage. That seems pretty significant. So I mean, you got really decent significant dupes here, and I do think that the value of them is really nice. And now here's another 6-star. I mean, it literally increases their ultimate duration by 20%. That seems pretty juicy, I feel like. So yeah, I do think dupes have good value. They really do. I don't think they're that necessary to get, to be honest. I do want to quickly add another thing here. So if you go to the shop and go to certificate exchange, you'll see these god damn, bro, what the frick is wrong with me? You see this currency called guarantee certification certs, right? So it's possible that these characters that go to the off-right pool, I mean, you already see 3 of them here. What I'm trying to say is that it's possible that a character like her could go into the exchange shop as well, since they're going to be part of the off-right pool. So if that happens, there's a chance, if you really wanted to, you just save up these currencies here and just spend 500 to grab the character. So maybe that could be a good thing, but I don't know if it will 100% happen. So I guess we'll have to wait. I think the game will go on longer than 8 days. I do believe we'll see at least the next banner. So if this character goes in the off-right pool and she pops up here, that might actually be really huge. We'll have to wait and see though. So yeah, that's the gacha system. Nowhere near as bad as I thought. Now, let's talk about the weapon system here, because to be honest, I don't think it's really that bad. It's definitely more unique. You don't have to waste gacha currency at all to pull on these. How this works is you get this currency from pulling on the regular banners, right? And you get a bunch of this currency, by the way. I pulled on this banner like multiple times, and then I bought one of these weapons down here. It's definitely pretty easy to get this currency, but I will say chance to get one of these 6-star weapons, very iffy. I mean, base drop rate for a 6-star is 4%, and for the rate up one it's 25%. So I've got these guns twice when I was trying to get the sword. Every 4 attempts, every 4 multiples, you get a 6-star. So, you know, at first I was like, it's all right. I mean, but I don't see the weapon system as that bad. But another thing I learned is that I haven't unlocked the game mode yet, but apparently there's this game mode that gives you 5,000 of these credits per week. That's a good amount. That is a good amount. You seriously don't need to worry about a thing here. You can just buy your weapons. And you can buy 5-star ones, which are pretty decent, I think. Or pretty cheap, rather, to be honest. Here's I think this is a 6-star weapon here, I think. It is. So, like, you could buy a 6-star weapon, too. 2,500? That doesn't seem that bad. The weapon system, I don't think this is that bad. I really don't. Now that I learned that there's a game mode that you can earn this stuff in. So yeah, I just wanted to give an update because a lot of people really dislike this banner and think it's really bad. But now that I understand it more, I don't think I have that much of a big problem with it, to be honest. I do think the guaranteed pity should probably carry over, but maybe it's not really that big of a deal, to be honest. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, down below. And yeah, thank you all for coming and watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.